Hey guys, it's Bryce Waite with Citywide Home Mortgage, and I'm here to talk about how veterans can buy a house today and pay off debt while you buy a house. A lot of people are shocked about this. This is a great opportunity for veterans. If you haven't bought before, it's even better. If you have bought before, you still need to understand this because I don't believe a lot of veterans do. We're gonna start here. If you're a veteran looking to buy, first, reach out. Secondly, you have to structure your offers correctly for this program. For example, if you're a veteran and you have a car note, the payoff is roughly $5,000. You have $3,000 of credit card debt, or say $500 credit card debt. It doesn't matter what the amount is. We are allowed on VA loans to get up to 6% seller concessions. What that means in better words is the seller can give 6% to pay off debts and pay closing costs. So to break that down in simple form, let's use a $500,000 house. If you were to make an offer on a $500,000 house and you were to ask for 6% seller concessions, that is $30,000. Closing costs to buy a house as a veteran is roughly 7 to 12 grand depending on the state, okay? Florida is very high because of the taxes and structure. Colorado is about 7, 8 grand. It just depends on where you're buying, but $7,000 to $12,000. So if we ask for $30,000, we're only using roughly 10 grand of that for closing costs. That leaves us $20,000 left, okay? Roughly 4% of what we asked for. So for example, if you have a credit card with 5 grand, you have a card note with 10 grand, and say you have some extra bills that's something on a personal loan for another 5 grand. When we buy that house for $500,000, when you go to the closing table, first you're bringing $0. So that's a big win, right? As a veteran, you want that. Secondly, we just paid off all those debts we just discussed. You can't beat it. If you're a veteran, you need to understand this. If you don't work with a lender who understands this or an agent who understands this, you should reach out. Please ask any questions below as we're talking about this because it's very, very important that you understand how to structure this correctly. And for veterans, for you to understand when you buy, okay, there's 3 things it requires. 1, credit score. VA does go down into the mid to low 500s. A lot of lenders don't touch those. It's called a manual underwrite, pretty much anything under 580 credit score. I don't want you to think that you can't buy because you don't have good credit. We can help build that. But if we do a manual underwrite, it just requires a few things, a little bit of reserves in the bank, steady job, things of that nature. But the main important part about the credit score is trying to have a 580 plus to buy a VA, okay? The VA is very lenient. It's the best loan there is. It's the best loan hands down, especially for fees and pricing. But that requirement of 580 is kind of where you want to be. Secondly, down payment. You don't need one. That's what makes it amazing. Every loan needs one, you don't. Now, if you don't get seller concessions, you will need to come up with closing costs, or you can do lender paid. I don't want to go down a big path to confuse you. I want you to please reach out to me, write anything in the comments below so I can help you understand this and set you up in the right way. Thirdly, it requires income. Some of you guys are VA disability for serving, you got injured, whatnot. We get to use that income, and guess what? We get to jump it up 25% because it's not taxed. So VA disability makes a big advantage as a veteran homebuyer. And on top of that, the VA leans towards those. It gives you more approvals because it's steady income guaranteed by the government. If you have that with more income from your job, steady job, the VA is not very strict on income. They're very lenient, but they do look for steadiness and consistency with your employment. They don't want you to have 7 to 12 different jobs, but they want you to stay consistent at a few jobs without minor gaps or big gaps in between things. So hopefully that makes sense, but if you're a veteran, you're looking to buy nationwide, please reach out to me, reach out to myself, my team, ask any questions below. We're here to help you out. We're here to serve you. Thank you.